Do you guys see this shirt? Like, this shirt is so circa 2008, it's not even funny. Hey, hi, hello, my name is dis.cat. This is Project Hardcover, where we're letting books be the escape. Ooh, and we're back to campfire ambiance. One day, I will get my lighting right. But today is not that day. This day is the day that I do a tag for you guys. And the tag that I'm going to be doing today is the characters book tag. It escapes my mind right now who came up with this tag, but I will leave a link to their original video down in the doobly-doo. So this tag is kind of old, but I saw Reagan from Peru's Project do it, and it looked so interesting, so much fun, that I really wanted to do it, so I'm going to. I will also leave a link to Reagan's video down in the doobly-doo. So this tag is basically just about characters, which is super cool, because usually most tags are about books, but this one we get to focus just on characters. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so let's just get started. The first question is, who is the best kick-ass character? And for this, I'm going to go with Manon from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. So, I just got done reading Heir of Fire, and OMG, I love Manon. She is just so bad ass, and not just in the whole she can, like, murder you in vicious, god-awful ways and not care thing, but also, she just keeps her squad on point. Like, no one in that squad would even think to defy her. So not only is she just a badass witch, but she's also a badass leader, which is just so cool, so fantastic. Just, I love Manon. I love all of the ladies in this series. Just all of them are badass, and it's just so freaking awesome. Question number 2 is, which character do you most dislike? And for this, I'm going to go with Thiago from the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. Just, I have no words to describe how much I loathe this insert expletive here. He is just so egotistical and so sadistic and controlling and so manipulative, and he just does god-awful things to Karu and to Ziri, and it's just so terrible, so awful. I cannot tell you. Just, I was counting pages, just waiting for him to die, and it was just, I hate him. I loathe him. I loathe him. Like, no dislike or hate about it. It is full-blown loathing. Just, you deserved everything that came to you. Just saying. Question number 3 is, if you could date any fictional character, who would it be and why? And for this, we're going to go with my standby answer, and that is Thor from the Divergent trilogy. Not from Allegiant. So yes, pre-Allegiant, Thor is just incredibly mature and level-headed and snarky and witty and just so awesome, and I fell in love with him almost instantaneously. I just loved reading about him and reading about him and Triss's interactions. He was just so fantastic, and I loved him so much. I just like to pretend that Allegiant version of 4 doesn't exist. But this version of 4 and Divergent version of 4, just, yes, all the 4 for me. Question number 4 is, if you could change any fictional character in any way, who would you change and what would you change? And for this, I am going to go with Ringer from the Fifth Wave trilogy by Rick Yancey, and the thing I would change is, people are gonna hate me for this, but I am going to change how bitchy she is. Like, I'm sorry, I know so many people love Ringer, and don't get me wrong, I love Ringer when she's like by herself, but when she's around Cassie and Ben, she is just a bitch for no good reason. Like, I know that Cassie has her moments where she's a little melodramatic and she kind of loses her crap a little bit, but Ringer just totally is unabashedly a bitch to her and just picks fights with her for like no good reason. I have no idea why. I mean, at first I thought it was some kind of jealousy thing, but Cassie is just so obviously just all into Evan, so I have no idea what Ringer's problem is. That being said, when Ringer was by herself, I loved her. She's an incredibly strong character. She's a very logical character. She's great. It's just she cannot do the human properly. So yeah, maybe if we, take a little bit of that bitch out of her, I would like her more. Question number 5 is, which fictional character do you think made all the wrong decisions that didn't add anything to the book? And for this, I have to go with Midnight from The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. Like, the entire time I was reading about this girl, I was just like, what is your purpose? Is your purpose solely to show what stupid people in this alternate universe look like? Like, people, even her twin brother, who is like the other half of her soul, they are so deeply connected, it's a little scary, looks at her like, girl, you are stupid. And she just did all of these things that any rational person would know was not a good idea. Even people throughout the story were telling her, hey, this is not a good idea. Don't do this. And she was just like, nope, YOLO. And it was just infuriating. I hated her. I hated her. Like, I was just like, can you please, like, get burned to a crisp or something? Just, she needs to go away. Question number 6 is, which character was the best villain who you loved to hate? And for this, I'm going to steal Reagan's answer and go with the Mayor from the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness. Reagan hit it right on the nose. The Mayor was such an incredible villain. He was so manipulative and so evil, but he was also just so charismatic, and you just really wanted to listen to him, and you kind of found yourself maybe believing that the things he was saying was true, even though you know that he is a liar and a manipulator, and he is evil, and he is just trying to doom everyone. But still, you were kind of like, oh, maybe. And that to me is just the perfect kind of villain. The kind of villain that, though you are the reader and you have all of the pieces of the story, you know everything that's going on, you kind of start falling for his bullcrap with the narrator of the story. He was just so super interesting, and he made this book so fantastic. I cannot imagine what this book would have been like without him. Question number 7 is your favorite sidekick with the most heart. And for this, I have to go with Susanna from the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. Just Susanna is the most amazing friend. Like, seriously, how many people would actually go through all of the stuff that Susanna did for Karu? I mean, she totally let her best friend come up to her and be like, hey, so I'm kinda this demon-esque type creature who died in a past life and was resurrected, and now I'm in the middle of this really awful war, which you might die, and everything. And Susanna was just like, that's cool, can I come along for the ride? And just that to me was so fantastic. Susanna didn't have to do any of the things that she did in this book. She totally could have been like, sorry Karu, you got too much shit going on right now, I'll catch you later. But she didn't. She stuck with Karu to the very, very end, and it was just so fantastic. And Susanna is just amazing. She's so quirky, she's so funny, she's so amazing. I love her so, so much. Question number 8 is, what is your favorite fictional romantic relationship? For this, right now, it is going to have to be Adam and Ronan from the Raven Cycle Quartet by Maggie Stiefvater. I know it's not canon yet, but I have so much hope that it will be, because this is just a god-awfully amazing relationship. These two boys are so polar opposite, but it's the kind of polar opposite relationship that they complete each other. And they just have such an amazing understanding for how each other works. They really do understand each other, like, better than anybody else in this book. And there's just so much deep-seated affection there, and it's just so fantastic and amazing, and just, Maggie, this needs to be a thing. I know you're probably not watching this, but if you are, this needs to be a thing. Question number 9 is, what character did you think was the strongest? And for this, I have to go with Selena Sardathian from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Selena has been through so much crap. She's been through so much crap, but she is still such a fantastic character, just so inherently good, and she is still really funny and snarky and so kind and loving and loyal, and she's so fantastic and amazing. and I love her so much. I love how strong she is. I love how every time the world just smashes her into the ground, she manages to pick herself back up, and she's even better than she was before. And it was just, I love her. I love her. Selena is bae. She is such a bae, and I love this series. I love this series so much. If you guys have not picked up the series yet, I don't know what y'all are doing with your lives. And question number 10 is, who is the best protagonist? And for this, I have to go with my bae of all the baes, Karu from the Daughter Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. Pretty sure I've used this book like 3 times in this tag video alone. But what can I say? Laini Taylor just writes incredible characters, and Karu is the most incredible of all the incredible characters. Much like Selena, she has just been through so much crap, and not just in one lifetime, but 2. And just like Selena, every single time she gets knocked down, she picks herself back up, and she's even better than she was before, and she's so loving, and she's so incredible and strong and level-headed and intelligent and witty and funny, and just I love her. I love her so, so much. I just want to give her all of the good things in the world because she deserves them all, and just Karu is bae. Karu is the biggest bae of all the baes. And then the 11th question is, who do you tag? And for this, I'm going to tag Ben from Bangity Bangs, Ivan from Sona Azra, Thais from Brazilian Bookish Girl, Jess from Tiny Reads, and Christy from Wanderlust Books. That is it. That is it for this tag. This was so much fun. It brought back all of these amazing feels that I have for all of these characters and these books, and just I love books and I love characters. I love them so much. As always, thanks you guys for watching. I will see you next time, and remember, books are the escape.